The chef, everybody. We're here with Chef Marco Sortino. Did I get that
yes,
right?
Sortino. Very good. That's not too bad.
Marco's Restaurant. Of course, everyone knows your restaurant.
Yes,
Today we're going to be cooking some chicken piccata.
We are. It's a traditional Italian favorite that we serve in our restaurant that our customers go crazy for.
That's right. And we're going to find out it's probably not that difficult to make. And the recipe and all the items are up on the screen right now, so people can jot that stuff down.
I can make it as difficult as possible because I really don't want them cooking it at home. I want them coming to the restaurant.
Right.
So
well, nothing's as
easy.
good as Marco's,
yeah,
of course.
That's right. Thank you for that.
So what do we have here? What are we going to be dabbling
This is just a great dish. It's a wonderful spring, summertime dish. It's just boneless breast of chicken. We're using shrimp and lemon for the citrus, onions, white wine, garlic, Romano cheese. We're just going to put it all together and make one big, luscious chicken dish.
And for those people that don't know about your restaurant, which I find it hard to believe that no one doesn't know about your restaurant.
Well, we just opened up 23 years ago on Niagara Street in Buffalo's West Side.
Right, so maybe a few more years people will get to know. But you serve very traditional food over there.
We do. We serve some traditional food. We have a lot of upscale stuff that we run on special, and this is one of our menu items that I wanted to feature today. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised how easy, fresh, and fun it is to make.
And then when once we start getting our hands dirty, how long of a process is this? And can I be a multitasker?
You can absolutely be a multitasker. I do everything so that I have time to do everything else during the day. This is going to probably take 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Of prep time or whatever.
Of prep time,
okay.
Yeah.
And then you just throw it in the pan.
And the cooking is another 3-4 minutes, and I'll show you how to do it quickly.
Okay, so we've got a handful of items here. Any particular items on the list of ingredients that we might have to go to a specialty store for, or
nothing? I keep it simple. My slogan is KISS. Keep it simple, silly.
Works.
And that's how we want to do it. So, our busy lives, we want to make sure that we have the healthy food when we get home for our kids. We don't want to be running through and cooking burgers and hot dogs all the time. This is something you're going to want to make at home.
Right, and I can't wait to make.
Marco are going to start cooking that chicken piccata.
Let's take a look at the next steps.
Welcome back. We're in the kitchen this morning making some chicken piccata with Chef Marco of Marco's Restaurant.
Thanks, Joe. This is one of my favorites to make, actually. I love to eat this dish. I love to make this dish. It's just a wonderful dish to have, and as it gets warmer, it's just a nice summertime.
Great summery dish. Yeah, it's light. Now, the chicken here has been prepared a little bit before you got it out here, right?
It is, and you know what? One of my biggest things is I don't like raw meat on my cutting boards. I don't like to touch raw meat. I like to have it done. So when I go to the butcher, I ask them, please cut, trim, pound, do whatever you got to do to the meat. So when I take it, I could just put it in my flour it, bread it, do whatever I got to do.
The least messy as possible.
Exactly.
That's the key.
And plus, it's quicker. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to play with it. So what I did is I asked the butcher to clean this up, pound it out for me, because when you pound out the chicken, it comes out nice and thin for cutlets.
Right.
I don't want to have the chicken juice everywhere.
Yeah,
makes sense,
point.
right?
So we got a nice drier piece of chicken to work with.
Drier piece of chicken. We're going to set this aside with a little bit of seasoning first. We're going to put a little salt, a little pepper, and we're going to...
I like how you just measure it out with your fingertips.
Everything is carefully measured, always carefully measured. And here's a little culinary tip for you. This is called to dredge.
Dredge.
Yeah, we're going to dredge
with
the chicken.
some flour.
And that's just an all-purpose flour. And this is going to make our sauce thicken as we cook it, and it's going to create a little crust on the chicken so that when it hits the olive oil, exactly. And then when we flip it over, we're going to add our shrimp to it and the capers. And then if you don't eat it all,
right,
I'm going to show you a great leftover dish that's perfect for family parties, perfect for springtime and summer, and it's going to go a really long way.
All right, that'll be great for our second helping segment.
Yeah.
So now we've got everything dredging. You told me before you just want to let that sit a little bit.
I just want to let it sit, put it aside, and then we're going to get our shrimp ready. And what I do is I buy a frozen, peeled, deveined, cleaned. I don't have to touch it. I pull it out of the freezer. It's done.
Ready to go.
Right in my pan.
Another good prep point to make.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just have it ready to go.
And it takes seconds to cook. It's not like I'm going to have to sit there and wait for the shrimp to cook for 55 minutes. It's only going to cook in a matter of 2 minutes.
That's right. And in fact, this whole recipe is not going to take you very long if you're in the kitchen multitasking, and we'll show you all about it or tell you all about it coming up.
Perfect.
All right, we're back in the kitchen right now cooking up some chicken piccata. This is the segment where we're actually going to get our hands dirty, use that pan, start cooking it up. We have a couple of chicken cutlets dredging here in a mixture.
Absolutely. We got our pan on about a medium to high heat.
Okay.
And the reason I put it on medium to high is because when I'm using a Teflon pan, little olive oil, that flour, I told you earlier, we're going to make it a little crusty.
Right.
It's going to give it that seared in flavor. All the juices are going to be stuck in the middle. That's what we want.
Right. Now, you don't want to use breadcrumbs. You just want to use
just a little simple flour.
Flour, right.
Measure it out, little olive oil,
I love how this guy measures ingredients. Eyeball it, right?
That's the Italian cooking.
You're good at it. I know.
Absolutely.
I know.
You've been doing it as long as I have.
That's true. We met at the Italian Fest last summer.
That's right.
And You got a great deal on eggplant that I really like.
Well,
I didn't show up in time to pick it up, so hopefully you can...
I was a little mad, but I enjoyed the eggplant. It was Sicilian eggplant. You said you couldn't get it anywhere.
Sweet eggplant. It's
just
great.
so you know, I got it shipped in all the way from Italy.
It was so bad.
It was delicious. Just so
I bet it was. I'm glad somebody benefited.
Oh, no doubt.
All right, so we got our chicken frying in there.
Chicken is fried. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the shrimp, just so I make sure that I have it cooked all the way.
What role do the shrimp play in this dish? That you're just going to put them in on the side with the chicken, or
it's just lovely.
It just gives you another.
It just gives you another dimension. It's such a nice twist on this dish, and you know. When you add it to the hot oil, it starts to turn a little pinkish.
Sure. All right.
That way you know it's done.
That's right. Now, how many minutes on each side of that piece of chicken?
I'm going to say about 2.5.
Not even 3. Okay, 2.5
Not
minutes.
even 3.
So you don't want to overcook it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So what we're going to do while that's cooking, as you can see, when I flip it, it's got a nice crust to it.
Yeah, right around the edges, that golden brown you were talking about. Perfect, yeah.
I'm going to get my red onion, which is going to add a little sweetness to it.
Sweetness, right.
And I like to chop it up fine. You know, you want a big hunk of onion in your mouth, but it just gives you a nice flavor.
You just dump it right in.
Throw it right in. Capers. It's a little flower bud.
If you don't like capers, a lot of people don't like the saltiness. There's some people out there.
This is the dish. You gotta put.
But that makes it the piccata dish, right?
It makes the piccata dish.
Right.
Now I said before, cook it the way I make it.
Right. Okay.
If you don't want to cook it the way I make it, come in and eat it.
I'd rather have you cook it the way you make it. And also, you have another show coming up on the CW now.
I do. It's on Sunday nights at 10:30, and it's sponsored in part by Russell Salvatore, Russell Steaks, Chops, and More. He's one of the producers of the show. And it features myself, Krista Van Wagner of Curly's, Tucker Curtin of The Steer, and Art Christie of the world-famous Frontier Catering, who's letting us use his kitchen today.
Wow.
And the chemistry between us...
A lot of talent.
Yeah, a lot of talent. And we go all over Western New York showing the culinary whereabouts and the chefs and you know, just opening up a whole new world of things for people to see.
And I don't think you'll ever run out of ideas.
No, not in
Western
Buffalo,
New York,
man.
great food around here.
Buffalo's amazing for food, absolutely.
And you know, when you have a restaurant for 23 years, then you should get your own TV show.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. So I'm going to add another twist, because I like to put twists in these things. A little bit of crushed red pepper seed.
And will that, if the heat's hot enough, won't that just kind of liquefy?
It'll liquefy. It'll go down, but you'll still get a bite of it.
Right,
and it just gives you that little bit of, what is that? That's awesome.
Yeah, right.
Is that a little Romano cheese?
Okay. Oh, wow.
Now, this is one of the keys right here.
I don't want to know what that is. What is
that? Is a little whole butter. Everything's butter with butter, as Krista Van Wagner says of Curly's. And I'm going to finish it with some white wine.
Yes, that's another main ingredient to the chicken.
That is the main ingredient, no doubt.
So you get it all in here and you just let it sit a little bit?
Let it sit, and what will happen is that butter will melt, and it'll create a nice creamy sauce for us.
Okay.
And we're going to finish it with some fresh parsley just to give it some nice color.
Now, by putting the wine in there, you're also taking the temperature down a little bit.
Taking the temperature down,
burn,
and we're cooking it, giving it all, you know, what it's going to do is going to reduce. And another reason I flour it is that flour is going to make a roux, basically, with the butter, and it's going to make a nice topping for our dish.
Sounds great. It really smells great. You can really smell the white wine.
No doubt. This is one of my favorites.
But everything is absorbing all the ingredients in there, which is great. And this is just, you're doing this in just a regular old pan here.
Just a regular old saute pan, and truthfully, we're done. It was that quick.
Beautiful. That was really, those shrimp cooked up real fast, too.
Oh, yeah. When they're defrosted, they cook in a matter of a minute.
All right. So, how long did this just take us from beginning, start to finish? What do you think?
4.5, 5 minutes.
So if I'm at home, I got to cook for the kids. This is definitely something I can whip up pretty quickly.
This is most definitely something you can whip up.
I bet you're going to take that sauce and pour it all over.
And we are. Yeah. And there you have it.
Wow, amazing.
One of my catchphrases, L-O-V-E. Have you ever seen love?
Beautiful.
That's
love
it.
On a plate. Well,
chicken and shrimp piccata. Thanks for having me.
Marco, thank you. Welcome back. It's time for our second helpings segment here on Winging It with Chef Marco. We've made some beautiful chicken piccata. Now he's going to show us what to do with the leftovers.
With the leftovers, if there's any. This is good.
Usually no leftovers in mine.
Real fast. We're going to make a dressing of white vinegar, olive oil. You know what? You want to help me? Just give me a little whisk on those things here. And make sure you carefully measure those dressings out there.
Yeah, you're really doing that again. I'm just eyeball this stuff, I guess.
And then we're going to throw some fresh parsley.
In there.
A little salt, some pepper. Some grated cheese.
This looks good enough to eat right now.
Oh, it is.
I don't know.
You need a lot of olive oil. No, I cooked orzo. Now, orzo's like an Italian rice.
Right.
Rice pasta.
Kind of like a Oreo, but a little bit different. And you got some pepper flakes in there,
Little pepper flakes. And we didn't forget. We're going to use fresh garlic.
Garlic.
And then we're going to leave it whole, so when you bite it, you get that nice garlic flavor to it.
Oh, big chunks of garlic in there.
Big chunks.
That was just 1 clove?
And fresh lemon.
And fresh lemon.
Use that lemon juice. There's nothing better than that. Now, Joe, if you could just take it, throw it on that pasta that I got over there.
Dump it right in on the pasta?
Yep.
All right.
We're going to chop up everything. Shrimp, capers, onions, chicken. Everything's going to get all chopped up at the same time.
All right. I'll replace
Throw that in there.
There we go.
Keep mixing.
I make a rollover mix. I kind of.
That's good. You got a good technique.
Roll. You want to roll over it.
And this is great for parties, families.
You whip this up in a hurry, actually.
Yeah, I don't fool around.
No.
You ask me what to do with the leftovers.
There you go.
And you know what? It's your favorite that you told me.
I'm on a basil kick lately,
Yeah.
So Marco brought out some fresh basil.
You gotta use some fresh basil.
Oh, that's always.
There you go,
it's better
brother.
than anything. It smells great. There you go.
And that was simple, easy, quick, and I did it in what? Minute and a half?
I'd say pretty quick. Yeah.
That was awesome.
All right, Marco Shortino, Marco's
thanks for your
Restaurant.
help. Thanks for having me.
joining us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.